Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ilya Bella here. I record stuff on YouTube. Check the description for all my information. I do all LeetCode problems. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, give me a big thumbs up to support it, and this is called Reorder Data in Log Files. You have an array of logs. Each log is a space delimited string of words. For each log, the first word in each log is an alphanumeric identifier. Then either each word after the identifier will consist only of lowercase letters, or each word after the identifier will consist only of digits. We will call these two varieties of logs letter logs and digit logs. It's guaranteed that each log has at least one word after its identifier. Reorder the logs so that all of the letter logs come before any digit log. The letter logs are ordered lexicographically, ignoring identifier. With the identifier used in case of ties, the digit logs should be put in their original order. Return the final order of the logs. For example, we get logs right here, and we return these, logs which are in the order, in the final order, right? You can check this out as well. Constraints, logs at the position of I is guaranteed to have an identifier and a word after the identifier. Well, we can solve this problem using Comparator, right? Comparator got the method compare. It compares two elements. In the case when the first element is greater than the second one, it returns the negative value. In the case when they are the same, it returns 0, and in the case when the second element is bigger than the first one, it returns the positive value, right? Let's start. First, we create comparator. The type string, it's called comp. New comparator. Type string as well. You can put an annotation right here, override comparator string, comparator, right, string, and you say public int compare logs, string s1 and s2 respectively. The first thing you need to do is find the position of the first empty space into that strings. S1 space means an empty space. S1 dot index of S1, or just you just say this empty character, and int S2 space is equal to S2 index of an empty character. So this method index of returns the position of the first occurrence of the element within this string. Then the second thing you need to do is find the position, not position, find the first character right after the empty space into that two strings, like S1 and S2 as well. So you just say char S1 first is equal to s1 dot character at the position of s1 space +1, right? Because +1 means right after that empty space, and we do the same for the first value right after that empty space into that second string. We change that, and in the case when this first character right after an empty space into that first string is a digit which is less than or equal to like 9, right? Means, like there is an ASCII table and digits come before letters. You can also check it out. And we create another if condition. We check this first character right after an empty space into the second string. If it's less than or equal to 9, also means a digit, we return 0, because the digit logs should be put in their original order. When the second, the value into that second string, that character right after an empty space, is a letter, we return 1, because letter logs come before any digit log. That's why we say 1. We also check the first value right after an empty space into that second string. In the case when the first value right after an empty space into the first string is a letter, and right here you check in the case when the first value into the second string right after an empty space is a digit, you return -1, because we already know that this is the letter. And you say int v, you can call this variable whatever you'd like to. I call that v. You compare, you just take the substring right after this empty space into that first string and into the second string respectively. You compare that strings. You say substring from the position of the first character +1 and compare to compare to s2 substring s2 +1, and if they have the same number of characters, means v is equal to 0, we need to check these substrings into that S1 string and S2 string from 0 up to an empty space. We don't include the empty space, so just check this right here and this right here, or just this right here. We say S, S1 substring from start from 0 and compare to S2 substring, S2 space, and right here you say 0. And if it's not, then you return if they have no if they have different number of characters, then you return the one which is bigger. Yeah, so finally you use a variation of quick sort with a dual pivot sort, and you sort these logs, use comparator, and finally return logs. That's it. That's the whole problem. So first you create comparator, right? You find the position of that the first empty space. You find the position of the first character right after that empty space into S1 and S2, and this right here I already explained it to you. Here as well, and here as well, and finally you just sort it and return. Let's run this code. There we go. Let's submit. Good, success. Thank you guys for watching. Leave your comments below. I want to know what you think. Follow me on social medias. I do all LeetCode problems. As I said right off the bat, give me a big thumbs up to support my channel, and see you next time. Thank you. Bye.